Hi everyone, so in this little video I'm going to show you how to download and install Python on your machine so that you can run those programs that I showed you in our Zoom session. So I emailed you the programs, so there they are. They're a zip file, a compressed archive. So the first thing that we need to do is to download those programs. So I'll download those and I'll save the file. And I'll say OK. And there they are. They're in my downloads folder, so I can open that here. There they are in the downloads folder. So I'm going to move them first of all. I'm going to put them on my desktop. So first of all, I'll get rid of that. And then I will move this zip file onto my desktop. So there it is. And get rid of that. Put this up here. So the first thing I need to do is to extract this zip folder. It's a compressed archive. It's got all the programs inside it. So I just go extract all. And it asks me where I want to put them and extract them. And there they are. There's two files in there. The one called Friday Fun and the one called Prime. Now you notice at the moment that they just appear as blank files, and that's because I've actually removed Python from my computer so that I can show you how we install it. You can have a look at these even though you've not got Python installed. If you right click on them, in Windows at least, and if you've got if you've got Notepad++ installed, you can have a look at them with Notepad++. So I'll do that. So I can at least see what they look like. There's some extra spaces on the end of that one, so I'll get rid of those. There we are. So you can see, you have a look at the file, but you can't run it. This is just a text editor. So I'll save that file and save. There we go. And get rid of that. So we're going to need to download Python in order to run these programs. So I'll get rid of that in the moment and go back into my browser here. Open up a new thing, and I want to download Python. So I go type in download Python. Python is such a popular programming language that you'll get the right link straight away. And it looks like this. And you want to download the very latest version for Windows. I'm on Windows. It will recognize what operating system you're on. So if you're on the Mac, it will say download the latest version for macOS, whatever you've got. You can see there's versions for Windows, Linux, macOS, and also others. So if you've got some other system, you can have a look there. But I'm going to download it for Windows. So I'm just going to click the big yellow button and save this file. So there it goes. It's in my downloads folder again. And now I want to open this file, so I'll just click on it. And it starts the installation for me. I just want the standard installation. It's going to include idle, which is the editor and interactive development environment, pip, which is a way of installing modules on your system, and the documentation. And that all sounds good to me. I'm going to add a launcher for all users, and I won't go with adding Python 3.8 to my path for the moment. So let's just install it. So I'll say yes for that one, and it starts installing it for me. Doesn't take very long, hopefully. So once this is installed, what's going to happen is that those two programs that I've got in that folder, they will change their appearance and they'll actually look like Python programs. They'll have the little Python yellow and blue logo on them like this, showing that they are runnable Python programs. And once I've got that, then I can install them and I can actually start them up using idle. So it's just doing the last bits of the installation now. Once this is done, what I'm going to do is I will show you how we can get the programs running. There we go. So it's finished. So close that. Okay, so now we should have a Python installation done for us. So I'll just minimize there, go back inside here. And what you'll notice now, I'll view these as large icons. You'll notice that the icons have changed into like the Python logo. So if I want to run one of these, what I do is I can right click on it, and then it says edit with idle. That's the interactive development environment. And I then go on edit with idle there. Or I can just start up idle and I can read them in. I'm just going to start up this one. So here we are. This is the first of them. This is the Friday fun one. So it's got in it these two functions, add to and the recursive version of factorial. I'll put in a space there because that's good practice. Actually, no, it shouldn't be space there. It should be no space there, and there should be no space in the add to. That's it. Right, so I'll save that. File and save. Right, so I can now run this. Let's run the program. So I run it by going Python shell. So that gives me a Python shell like that. And then I can run the module, which is what I want to do. So it gives me a restart. And now it's actually read in the Friday Fun program. So I can call it by going add 2, 3, 4, for example. Notice that Python shows me what I should be typing in. It showed me the X and the Y, and the result is 7. So let's do it again. Add 2, 4, and 67. And there we go, 71. Cool. And we can run the factorial function. So this is the recursive version of the factorial function. So we can, for example, calculate the factorial of 10, and there it is. Great. Okay, so I'll get rid of that and get rid of that. So the one that you're probably interested in running is the prime one. So let's get that running. So again, edit with idle. There we go. So this is the prime numbers program that I showed you. The main function is just a little loop that reads in the prime number and then calls the next p function. So this is where the next p function is being called. So then this is the bit that calculates a factorial, so the function that calculates factorial, smallest prime divisor, and this is the bit that actually implements Euclid's algorithm, calculates the bigger prime number than the one you put in. And then finally at the end it calls the main program. So we want to run this, so we go here and we want to run the module. So run the module here, and it brings up the screen and it immediately starts up the program. So I'll enter a prime number. I'll say that the biggest prime number that I know of is 7. So it will calculate 7 factorial for me, add 1 to it, and then find the smallest prime divisor of that. And because of Euclid's argument, that is guaranteed to be a prime number, and it's guaranteed to be bigger than 7. And there it is, 71. So this program, it isn't Euclid's proof. It is something that illustrates Euclid's proof. So if I put in 11 here and type it, then it calculates the factorial of 11, adds 1 to it, and then tries to find the smallest prime divisor of that number. And that prime divisor is in fact the factorial of 11 plus 1. In other words, 39,916,801 is a prime number. So that's how it works, and you can type in numbers at it all day and calculate some quite nice big prime numbers. Eventually, when you're fed up, you can type Q and that takes you out of the loop. So that's it for this one. Have a mess around with the program. Doesn't matter if you don't exactly know how it works or how it's been programmed. The important thing is that you can run it and you can see that it illustrates how Euclid's proof works.